1,000 kilometre journey across Australia, heading up the Supercharger Highway to Rockhampton, then making a sharp left turn across Queensland and the Northern Territory, charging where we can. Okay, we've charged up overnight. We're at 100%. Let's see where we can get to. Let's go to Barclay Homestead, our goal for tonight. I think we can get there on one charge. Let's see. Ooh, thinks we can. 5%. Ambitious, 449. We're not going to do that. We're going to go to Camooweal, which is only a couple of 100 kilometres up the road. I think it's fairly hilly through there, so we'll get to Camooweal with 58. We'll charge for a couple of hours there because we've got to go into the Camooweal Drovers Museum, and that'll give us plenty of charge. We might be up to sort of 80 or 90% again, and then we'll get to Barclay, we'll say 40 or 30%, and therefore we don't need to really stress their charges out to get further the other 200 kilometres across to three ways. So we can go in there wearing our diplomacy hat, offering just a charge at a very slow rate overnight. Anyway, today's the most interesting day of the whole trip, the Barclay Challenge. Let's see how we go. Okay, we've just spent a couple of hours in Camooweal, charged up to 100%. Let's navigate to Barclay Homestead. And we should get there with 40 something percent. Is that right? 38% in 2 hours 40. Okay, off we go. Okay, so we got into Barclay Tablelands roadhouse. Done 450 kilometres. We had, like I said, a good charge at Camooweal. Didn't really need to do that, but in hindsight that was a great move because we got here and there's no powered sites. So we've had to go camp in the non-powered section and work out what we're going to do. So if I were to go back and say navigate to the nearest three phase, which is at Three Ways Roadhouse, I get there with minus 2%, so I've got to find about, well, at least 2%, probably 12% somewhere. As luck would have it, in the non-powered campsite area there is a little plug over there, so once it becomes dark I might just plug in, set it to 5 amps really slow, and then go from there. The guy at the reception said as soon as a powered site leaves tomorrow morning, say at 7 o'clock, I can jump on that and use that, say 15 amps. So I'll probably do that as well. So we'll leave here about 10 tomorrow, probably get in, all we need is about 25%, would be heaps, and then we should be able to do that with this combination. The Barclay Challenge is not easy. Here's our little campsite, and we'll go and have a look inside how much charging we did last night. So we are up to 62%, which is pretty good. I had it down tuned to 7% overnight. Didn't want to trip any circuit breakers. I put it up to 9% about an hour ago when I got up at 6. So now we're going to go look and see if there's any 15 amp powered sites available, and we'll jump on there to give us 15 amps to knock us probably up to 70, and then we'll have heaps to be on the way. If we were to go to 3-ways now, I think we'd still have plenty, wouldn't we? Yeah, we've still got a bit there, so add a bit more, see how we go. Alrighty, it's 9 o'clock now. We're going to head off. We've charged to 70% on the 15 amp. Going to get to 3-ways with 27, so that's heaps. If we went all the way to Renner Springs, we'd probably get there as well. Although we'll charge in, yeah, we get there with a little bit. We'll charge in 3-ways, 32 amp over lunch, and we'll be on our way. Got to 3-ways, bit of a detour down to the Pebbles, 19% charge, have lunch here, and then we're off to Renner Springs Desert Inn, 200 k's up the road. Got to Renner Springs about 5 o'clock, charging off the 15 amp socket which they reserved for us. Let's see what we did. So we got here with about 23% trips data. So this is since Mount Isaac, so I didn't reset it on the middle day at the Barclay. So about 819 kilometres and use 157, which is not too bad. It's good to get that Barclay challenge out of the way. We'll charge up here. It says 24 hours remaining, but I reckon we'll get close to 80 or 90% overnight. And then really we're off to Mataranka, and that is kind of the hard part done. So Tesla's gone well. Did a bit of dirt road driving, a bit of highway driving. We ended up spending 2 hours in 3-ways. Played a bit of pool. But got charged enough to get up there. We've sort of been in charge depletion today, so we've only got 70% when we left Barclay, and then we charged up to about 53% or 4% at 3-ways. So we've always just sort of been charge depletion. Hopefully tonight we can get up to a nice high charge, and it's about 411 k's to Mataranka. So if we get to 100, we could do all that, but we'll probably just stop for lunch somewhere, put it on the 3-phase for an hour or two, or an hour and a half, and that will get us all the way to Mataranka. And then it's only a short 100k shot trip to Catherine, so we won't need much charge there, and looking pretty easy from now on, fingers crossed. Okay, that's the end of whatever day this is.